Good morning there. How you doing? I'd like to introduce you to a client of mine. He's a bullfighter. Hence the hat this morning, get into the spirit. Just want to show you what he does. This sort of thing. Action. An Aussie bullfighter. No cape, no sword, bare hands, because we're Aussies. Awesome stuff. That hurts. That takes a lot of guts. And what he calls it, he dances with the bulls. He calls it a dance. Man, you've got to have some guts to do that sort of thing, don't you? And the interesting thing is, when I was up at Moranbah a couple of months ago, he rang up and he said, "Oh, look, I want to come in and see you. I want to get some help." I thought, okay. I didn't know who he was or what he did. And when he came in to see me, he said, "Oh, look, I've got a fear of the phone that I want to overcome." I said, "Yes, sure, that's something we can work on, because we're going to use some hypnosis and NLP to change that, rewire the neurological pathways." And I said, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" He said, "Well, I'm a bullfighter." And I said, "Tell me about the bullfighting. I mean, that's pretty gutsy stuff. Go out and have one of these things charging at you. If you've been to a rodeo, this is not something you want to jump into a ring and do, really, or not for me anyway." And so what we did, in a nutshell, because it's just a quick video, in a nutshell, found his place of power. Now, all of us have a place of power. All of us have somewhere where we feel that we're like the bullfighter. I called it with Jono. I said, look, we created something called the bull zone, which was his place of power. And from his place of power, we put him into the space of making phone calls, but only while he was in his place of power. And I'm just wondering, where is your place of power? Where is your fear? Because we've all got fears of certain things. Some people, it's a fear of the phone, fear of rejection, fear of public speaking, many, many other things besides. And yet, after he saw me, and this was on a Saturday morning, his task after we'd worked together was to make the calls on Mondays so he could get the gigs into the various rodeos that he wanted to be in, both in Australia and also in the US. He overcame the fear, and I'm hoping to share his testimonial with you shortly. But it's such an interesting story. Strength, overcoming fear by rewiring your mind using hypnosis and NLP. If this is something that you'd be interested in, or you want to hear the story, because it's a basis for a keynote that I do as well on overcoming fear, then give me a holler. But you can do anything when you put your mind to it. I'll just get that. No, you can look up the video later. But anyway, have a great day, and you know you can overcome your fears. You just got to rewire that mindset. Have a good one.